except some weird guy weed eating. But other than that, I haven't seen anything. What is up, folks, and happy Thursday. It's going to be day 43 working down here at the ranch. It's been about a week since I've been down here. Well, last Saturday I came down, but got a couple days of rain, so that's definitely a plus. We needed some rain for sure. But I can no longer put off my weed eating. It's growing up in here pretty quick like. So I've got a few things I'm going to try to get done this afternoon and see if we can get this place cleaned up a little bit, get caught back up on some of the stuff that I should have done maybe the last time I was out here. I do have a truck full of goodies today. I finally went and got my deer feeder with some corn. And I also got a couple new game cams that I'm going to get set up out there by the where I'm going to set up the feeder at. So we're going to try to get a couple things knocked out today. Hopefully the rain stays away. It's supposed to rain a little bit, but it didn't look like there were any thunderstorms or anything. And it's only 86 degrees outside, so that's a huge plus. So I'm going to get my truck unloaded, get my weed eater ready to go. We're going to get some work done here and see if we can get caught up. Day 43, here we go. Alright, so if you watched the last video, you know I was having a little bit of issues with my brush hog here. It was kind of burping on me a little bit. So I brought out some fresh gas and I brought out some cleaner, some engine and fuel cleaner, and put it in there. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to start it up and let it run for a little while we take the deer feeder and the corn out here where we're going to set up the deer feeder. So here we go. I was going to try and take you with me, but as the man says here in a minute, that didn't quite work. I don't think that's going to work. All right, so wasn't 100% sure where I wanted to set it up at, and hopefully they can't knock that over. If so, I may bury it a little bit into the ground, but I kind of wanted to leave this spot opened up so I can figure out if I can maybe put a trail camera right there on one of these trees, this tree here or something. But I also wanted to leave this open because eventually I want to get back here and keep working this trail straight back and get back farther into the property here. But for right now, we're going to leave it right there. And I'm going to try to figure out a little spot to put up a trail camera. And right now, we're going to go back and get the corn and stuff. So it's a little bit soft out here right now from all the rain, which again is good. We've needed a little bit of rain. But this little area is where I've been capturing most of the deer at. So I think they're going to come back to that little spot there. There's our camera there. And probably end up catching a bunch of deer back here eating off of that feeder, I'm hoping. And then again, got this little area that I'm eventually going to clean up a little bit and opened up, and I've got a tree stand on the way, 12-foot tree stand with a swivel chair. So I'm excited about that. But anyway, I'm gonna go back here, get this corn. We'll get these guys something to eat back here. Here we go. All right, so I got that set up. I put a little bit of stuff around it and in it. I dumped about half of my corn on the ground. I seem to do that like with the dog food at home too. I can't seem to open a bag and pour it into the container there. But anyway, hopefully that'll give them something to come on in and eat around and then go, oh, I can eat out of that thing there. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go get a couple of my tools here, and I'm gonna see about cleaning up one of these trees here somewhere, and see if I can get a trail cam set up pointing at that right there. So here we go. All right, I'm not saying it was the best idea. It was just an idea, because I felt like I was gonna have to get in here and clean a lot of this stuff up to get to that tree. I wondered if this one might be too close. I thought those might be too close. So I improvised. So, you know, set this up on there, and hopefully I'll clip a little bit of this on this edge right here, but I'll be able to see them coming in from this way and this way, and maybe even back behind here. I don't see that many trails coming out of there. Maybe a real slight one right there, but I feel like they're spending a lot of time in this area. So that was a little bit more work than I wanted it to be, but this ground is hard as a rock. So anyway, we're gonna try this out. I got a new trail cam that actually has sound on it, so we'll be able to hear maybe what else is going on out here. And it's got all the way up to a minute video. So let's get it out and we'll talk about that. All right, so this is the DT trail cam. I guess that's how you say that. DEATTI. So it's got video and pictures. It's got sound. It's got 4K pictures and videos. So I tested it out at home. It seemed to work pretty good. We're gonna get that set up on this post here, facing that. And hopefully the next time we come out, we'll have some good video of some stuff coming in, eating out of our deer feeder here. All right. That is on and ready to roll. Walk in front of it here just to make sure it's working the next time I come out. So hopefully that'll pick us up something out here a little bit farther in the woods. Well, this thing was still sputtering a little bit. I let it run for about 10 minutes, and I'm kind of hoping it's just working working that bad gas out of there. I'm hoping that's what it is. I realized it when I was editing my video that that gas had been sitting in there ever since I came out to try to see if my generators would work for when I set the TV up out here. And then I got to thinking that the gas was actually a little bit older than that, because I think I filled it up the last time I came down here with my generator and ran my saw out here. So I'm hoping it's just going to work that gas out of there, and if not, I may see if I can get it taken in somewhere and get it looked at, just make sure everything's all right. But I'm gonna probably not do any work with it today. Maybe it depends. I'm gonna do some weed eating. I need to get all this area weed eated up a little bit, basically get my open area cleaned up and back to scratch. And then if I still have some time, I may go ahead and cut down a few of these trees that are in this little patch right here and get that out of there. That would open up this whole corner right here, which would come in handy because I really want to be able to drive my truck and trailer in through here and do a big loop. I've been saying that since like day one, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna do some weed eating. I'll leave you guys out of that. I know that gets a little boring, but I'll show you what we're looking like afterwards, and we'll see if we get into that little area today. Maybe run this brush hog a little bit. Here we go. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like this is taking like way longer than I thought it was gonna take me. But I've got about half of this front area done. Still need to get over in that direction there. I think it's probably because I haven't really done it in, it's been a while. I'd have to look back and see exactly. But it seems like there's a lot more that's growing in, and a little bit more to clip. So I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna go actually put this new camera over here where we kind of cleared out that area by that big tree there. And I'm gonna take that other camera home with me, because I think the last 2 times I went out and checked it, I didn't have anything on it, including me walking up to it and walking away from it. I normally always try to walk away in front of the camera on the way out, so that at least there should be something on there to make sure the camera's working properly. So I'm gonna take this new camera that I got and I'm gonna put it on this tree over here, and then eventually we'll go change out the rest of the SIM cards. So maybe we caught something on here and I just wasn't very lucky the last couple times. But I'm gonna take it home, I'm gonna swap it out, and we'll make sure it's got good batteries and everything. So here we go. All right, so the new one is up. Gonna walk in front of it, make sure it's working. I don't know if I can't remember if I said this earlier or not, but I talked to my neighbor, and they finally found water over on his property. So said it was 384 foot deep. So it's a good little depth in the ground. But I think it's good news. He gave me the information of the people who did it for him. So getting water has probably moved up into the top 3 or 4 on my list of things I'd like to do, is eventually get some water. Again, I think the big question is going to be, where do I want it? And you know, I'm going to have to bring in a power pole and all that. So location. But I thought that was good news that they found some water. So anyway, traded out that trail cam. I'm going to take this other one home, see if it's working. I've got probably another half hour, 45 minutes of weed eating in this area. Then I'm going to start working the road and the trails, and then if I got enough time, we'll definitely switch out the trail cams. But if I've got enough time, I'm going to try to clear out a couple trees in this little area right here, and then hit it with the brush hog and kind of have one more big chunk opened up. I cleaned up in there with the weed eater a little bit, so we'd be kind of down to this small little island here that needed to be taken care of, and then that'd be another big chunk of real estate opened up. So back to weed eating. Here we go. All right, I got the majority of this main area cleaned up. I'm gonna work the road here for a minute. I got probably an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes of daylight left, so figure we'll go ahead and swap out this trail cam with a SIM card in this trail cam over here real quick. See if we got anything on it. I may wait to do the back trails until Saturday. I kind of want to get the main road, which isn't really that bad, but I've got this little area and the main road left to do, so I'm hoping I can go ahead and get that knocked out and still have a little bit of time to work on this little spot right here. I have not caught anything on my Vosker in the last week, except some weird guy weed eating, but other than that I haven't seen anything, and I've had it facing that way, so I'm not sure if we've had stuff come in here or not. But this area right here is where they normally come in, and I'm kind of hoping that by opening up this little area a little bit more that you know, maybe you get to see a little bit more of them. But let's trade this one out, see what we got. All right, that one's set. I don't know how well you guys can see that spider there. I think it's a spider. It's a weird looking dude. Oh, there he went. That's a strange looking fellow there. Anyway, all right, we'll see if we got anything on that one. I'm gonna get back to weed eating real quick. I think I got maybe another 20-25 minutes left of figuring out this, knocking out the road, and then this little corner over here. And then we'll maybe get the saws all out. Here we go. Neighbors are across the road doing some stuff. Got a little fire going. Got this road cleared up here. Got this little corner cleaned up. I'm definitely running out of daylight, so we're gonna try to get over here. What I'm gonna try to do is get about 4 or 5 of these medium-sized trees knocked down so that I can run the rest over with the little brush hog there. So here we go. All right, well, I'm gonna say a couple things. One, some of this stuff is way tougher than it has to be. I mean, this stuff is tough, folks. I mean, that was just a little bitty tree, or I would have cut it down, but you get all the way down to the ground, it's like a thick stump. I mean, it's not that thick, but you can't get rid of some of this stuff. I'll probably clip that little tree out, clean up that little area there, and that'll probably be it. So the second thing I was gonna say is something I got to thinking about was that the gas valve on this thing is like underneath the tank, and so I decided to make sure that the gas valve was all the way open for the gas line. And apparently it was not, because it's purred like a kitten ever since. I haven't had any issues at all. So I think I think probably something came up there and maybe rubbed up against it and turned it or something, or I didn't get it turned all the way on the first time. But the first time I didn't have any problems. It was just the other day. So anyway, so that problem is fixed. This little area is just about cleaned up to where it's going to be for a minute. I'm feeling like that stuff over there should be fairly easy. I'll probably do the same thing, clip a couple of these little trees out of the way and get as much of that rough, thick stuff out of there as I can. It's gonna be a trick keeping that cleaned up. So I'm gonna have to think about that going forward, because the weed eating now is getting to where it's taking a lot longer than it was before too. So I still need to do the trails and a few things, but I'm gonna clip this little branch off of here, get rid of a couple of these little small ones. Then we're gonna go get the last SIM card out of the last trail cam, and then that's gonna be about it, folks. It is just about dark time. Here we go. All right, folks, it's getting dark. I don't know how well this camera's going to pick up. Seems like when it gets dark, it kind of gets a little hard to see, stay focused. We're definitely making an impact in this little area right here. Some of that stuff is tough. I don't know if I come up with a better game plan, but I think definitely taking out those little trees and getting them out of the way, and then kind of getting rid of the majority of those little tight vines, tight little trees, kind of helps get it cleared out a little bit. But we'll see what happens over these next couple of weeks. I'm planning on coming out here Saturday, try to finish up the weed eating, and probably try to get back here and work on my area. I think my deer stand will be here possibly next week, maybe late next week, but I'm gonna get that area in there cleared out and try to get it set up, stable, and then keep working this area back here. But let's see what this trail cam has. All right, that one should be locked and ready to roll. Gonna take one more trip over here just to make sure this thing's still standing up and the camera hasn't fallen over with my pre-made post there. See if that helps any. But I think that should be a pretty good area there, and hopefully something maybe different than deer will come in. I'd like to see something. I like seeing the deer, but it'd be kind of cool to see something different every now and then. We got some rain, so maybe they're gonna get out and start moving around here, come in and get them some of that corn. I'll probably get in here and get this weeded up a little bit. But here's the back side to where I'm going to clear out here, and most of this stuff I should be able to knock down with that machine pretty easily. And now that I figured out that my gas valve wasn't open all the way, maybe I won't have as many problems as I did the last time I was out here. I'm gonna get out here and weed eat this up. This is kind of weird. This is one of the first times I've walked down this trail since it's been all cleaned up. But here looks like something. Again, I know it's dark. I don't know how well you can see, but looks like something's been bedding down in there. And of course, this is the camera we normally always catch something on. We'll see if we caught anything on this go around. Well folks, look, I appreciate you watching, hanging in there with me. Hoping that I'm gonna get down here this weekend. I know I just said that, but I got to go out of town for a couple of days Sunday, so I'm hoping to get out here again next week sometime, and hopefully the weather stays nice. Man, it was really nice today. I'm sweating a little bit, but it was only 86 instead of 96, and the humidity wasn't that bad, so it was a pretty good day. 43. Say what's up to my new subscribers. Hey to everybody who's been watching for a while, I appreciate you. We're gonna call it a day for day 43. We'll catch you next time.